Hello, everybody, and welcome to New Earth Rising, where we talk about what's coming up, not what's gone past. Oh, wait a minute. That's not true, because today we're talking about past life readings, past lives, and some really interesting information about how that all works. I know a lot of people have asked me, it's like, well, do we really have past lives, or what is it? So we're going to talk about that, and then we're going to do past life readings. It's going to be super fun. And part of those past life readings too, sometimes we get stuck in patterns from past lives. So we're also going to open up for the soul retrieval. And if there's any of that that needs to be done, we're going to go ahead and offer that up too. So I am Michele Ambergy. I am the Awakener, and I do all kinds of stuff. And you can find out more about that on my website at michelehamburgy.com. And my co-shenanigator is Sharon Kumara. And she does all kinds of stuff too, but I'll let her tell you about that.
Hey, Michele. Thank you. Thank you. And hello, everyone. We've got lots of people here saying
Oh my
hello.
goodness.
Yeah. Yeah. Awesome.
Hi,
Thanks for being
everybody.
here.
Wow.
Right. So, yes, we're going to have some fun today and do past life readings. And I mean, I found, and I know Michele does this work too, that over the years of doing this, that past life soul retrieval, or what we call past life therapy, whatever you want to call it, is probably one of the most important things we can do for our soul evolution,
Yeah.
for our spiritual progress. And we'll talk a little bit about that and why that is. And some of you may already know that. I know Spirit Song and I talked yesterday, I think it was. And yeah, she was on my channel and recorded, so I haven't put it up yet. But that was a really fun conversation. Thank you, Spirit
Nice.
Song. It was beautiful to meet you in person.
Yeah,
What a
she's
beautiful
so
soul.
awesome.
hmm Yeah. So I am a I am in service as a psychic medium, hypnotherapist, a channel, a past life therapist. I don't know, contactee. So many things that we do, Michele. Right? It's hard to put them all out there in one
I
sentence.
know. It's like I wish there was a word that could encapsulate all of it, because it's, like when I put my website together, I start putting like all the things that I do and everything. And it's just like, oh my God, nobody's ever going to read this. How do you let them know,
hmm
that we do all this stuff? And between you and I, Sharon, what I find so fascinating is when we first met and we started talking about what we do, it's like we do all the same stuff,
Right.
but we do it differently.
hmm
And so it's so magical because we learn from each other. We have different points of view, and that's kind of part of what makes the show a little bit extra snazzy too, because you all get some different points of view on things as well. So it's really neat. It's really neat. I love it.
It is. Yeah.
Hadley Hutton, hello.
Hello.
Got so many people. Hello, everybody. And yeah, the past life, I agree with you. I agree with you, Sharon, that doing the past life and reconciling past life patterns and wounds and trauma is so important
hmm
in being able to heal and being able to move forward. It's we do get stuck, and I love that soul retrieval,
Yeah.
and releasing those timelines, because they're, each life we're there to learn something, um but not to get stuck, to be able to move on and move through. And a
Yeah.
lot of people carry forward things, and especially karma too,
hmm
and we don't want to do that. We don't want to carry the
No.
karma forward.
Yeah, what I've learned is that we come here to experience and we choose challenging experiences for soul growth, which makes sense, right? And we because of this is such a dense and slow frequency that emotional baggage we can get stuck like a ghost
Yeah.
on the earth plane, and we are a ghost. Basically that part of us is a ghost and still stuck in a loop. I know. And the idea
Boo.
is to complete that karmic loop within that lifetime,
Yeah.
forgive it, whatever, release it, whatever it is, heal it within that lifetime. And if we don't, and we are stuck in that experience still, then
Yeah.
we're not able to move that experience into the light of our oversoul. And so past life therapy, we used to know how to do this. We used to know how to heal these traumas from other lifetimes. We used to have all this knowledge. We've been mind wiped, I guess you could say. And so we don't remember this. And so we're coming back to remember, and the more and more and more practitioners are remembering how to do this. And, whether it be a shamanic way or, you know,
Hypnotherapy.
hypnotherapy or just in readings and things like that and just helping people do it, but we can do it on our own. By the way, a plug here, I'm teaching a class on it tomorrow evening. And
Nice.
yeah, and it's a 3-hour class to teach you how to do this on your own, or help you remember, I should say, help you remember, because I think we're just
Yeah.
remembering, we are just remembering.
We are remembering and reconnecting to that Akashic record so that you have access to
Right.
all that too. Some of us have had lifetimes that have been so traumatic that we have made, you know, very powerful statements, even used magic and all kinds of stuff to say, I will never do that again, or I will never forgive them, or I will never. And we do that, and that anchors that in, and you can literally trap your own energy in something like that. And one thing that has happened with a lot of people, especially during that 500 years of the witch burning stuff,
Mm.
anything around being a healer, a seer, any of that kind of stuff, someone with psychic abilities, so many of us, and I know I did too, where I was like, I did witchcraft on my third eye so that I would never, ever see and know again. And it took quite a while. I was psychic as a child, right? But when I had an experience where it was like, you're bad for doing that and shut it off. And it took me a while to get that cleared off again because it triggered that decree or that whatever you want to call that, where I was like, oh, I'm never doing this again, ever. And and it's not uncommon. It's very, very common.
It gets embedded in our cell memory for
Mhm.
sure, and
Yep.
then we can't move
Yep.
forward because we have that subconscious knowledge of it,
Yeah.
and it's a block,
Yeah.
and we choose to bring those patterns into our current focused life, so that we can heal it, and have that opportunity to heal it when
Yeah, and
yeah.
Monica's asking, how does past life stuff go with the Akashic Records? Well, the Akashic Records are the records of everything.
Hmm.
So you're gonna find your information through Akashic, and that's not the only way, but that is how the Akashic Records ties into that,
But
so
we are accessing the Akashic records whenever we do make that intention to look at another lifetime or another experience or anything like that. We don't
yeah,
have to see the records or be there. We're
yeah,
accessing them, the
yeah,
matrix of the Akashic records. So whenever we tap into past lives or any life experience.
or any psychic work or
Hmm.
mediumship work or anything.
Psychic work for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
so the Akashic Records is a big thing, but there's a teaching around it, there's a teaching, a training around it that is used in a specific way.
Yeah.
But it's a big
Okay.
space.
It is. And it's interesting that the one who taught me about this 20 years ago was Yeshua. He's the one who taught me to do this in my meditations and helped me clear
Mhm.
some really gnarly stuff.
Sure.
Gnarly stuff, which is
Yep,
interesting.
Monica, Akashic records are about the future too, past, present, and future. It's the record of everything.
Possible future. Yeah.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yep, absolutely. Because the future is there too. We really aren't linear. We do linear thinking in this realm, but when we
Yeah.
get out of that third dimension, everything exists at one time,
Right. And we have possible futures since we are a free will
and we have possible. Yeah.
society.
Thanks,
Free will.
man. You're welcome, man.
You're welcome, Monica. So you want to get started or is it
Well, you know what? Let's
anything else? Go ahead.
do you were gonna read, you had something that you had read that you wanted to. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I just want to talk quickly about a book I just finished. Surprise, surprise. Called A Hypnotist's Journey: Atlantis and Our History. And when I first started diving into my past lives and my meditations, Atlantis was one of the very first places I was taken. And so that was very he I mean profound because there was a lot that went on during Atlantis. I mean, it was we were there for thousands and thousands of years, had many lifetimes there. Um, and so I thought it was interesting in this book, and I just want to mention some things. And I've known this, I'm sure everyone here is aware, probably knows this themselves, that we have come full circle from Atlantis and we're back. And my guides, I sat with my counsel 20 years ago in an out of body experience, and they told me this is before I, was awake, like we were talking about earlier. But, to the extreme degree I am now. But they told me that we had come back from Atlantis to right the wrongs kind of thing. And I said, "Oh, well, what happened in Atlantis?" And they're like, they look at each other and said, "Well,
Well,
let's just say it wasn't good." But they didn't tell me anything. I had to remember it on my own. So it was pretty traumatic. And what I got in this book from her clients, she was saying the same thing I was learning 20 years ago, was that we have come full circle, and that we are experiencing the same similar types of things that we did in Atlantis with, I guess you could call it tyranny. uh, they had a pandemic in Atlantis, more than one, and that was took out a lot of people. But it was really interesting. And in the couple of the clients that talked about it, one of them said that it was accidentally released from a lab because they had bio labs
ooh,
and
yeah,
things
they
like that
did.
during Atlantis.
Yeah, they
Yes,
did.
and and also that they ended up creating a you know a vax for it. And what happened was, um, after one generation, the children were born with mutations, that type of thing. So they were ended up, and this is Atlantis, and they ended up rounding up these mutated children and using them and as slaves and things like that. And they were, yeah, and it was awful, awful, awful. So it was during that time, towards the end of Atlantis, where that was going on. Also, let's see here. Um,
Cloning was going on.
Cloning, lots of cloning was going on as well. And they 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 had these leaders who used crystals to try to access different timelines and future, and changing the past and trying to go into the future. And we think about CERN and those things like that,
Project
where
Looking
we're
Glass.
Project Looking Glass, we're doing that now. And so it was all very similar to what. Oh, and mind control. They used, and I remembered most of this stuff 20 years ago during my memories. Um, I was terrified of mind control back then, and they used mind control to like MK Ultra
Yeah.
type of thing, and using these mutated children, unfortunately, for those types of things, and people would that they would get to work for them through mind control.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And
So there was a lot there, and I'm like, I was getting triggered back, right and left. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
yeah, it was a lot. I mean, the humanity and the group psyche, of humanity in general has been very, very traumatized from a lot of that. And that's why this kind of work is so important individually and collectively, because when we clear
Yeah.
up our own stuff, we do, help with clearing up the collective as well. And so it's super important. It's super important
Yeah.
to do this.
Another thing that they mentioned, which I feel is super important too, is that, and my guides have told me this, is that there's most of us here who lived during Atlantis,
Mhm.
and that we still may have, if we haven't cleared it, trauma from Atlantis, because that was a huge deal.
Yeah.
Um, I mean, it was a very huge deal. So if you haven't cleared up anything, looked into in your meditations or anything like that with Atlantis, it might be helpful
Yeah.
Things might make sense if you did that. Okay.
Yeah, do some sessions, absolutely, because it makes a
Mm.
huge difference. I know starting to do, past life work on myself is
Mm-hmm.
what released me from a lot of things. You know, I've had
Right.
some lifetimes that were really traumatic, as everybody has, and that's what got me into doing past life regression, because I was like, "Wow, this works." The feeling of releasing that energy, um, was amazing. And, you know, an hour, hour and a half session, you can really clear a lot of stuff, so it works really good.
Sure.
Works good.
Okay.
So, do we wanna get started with these people? We've already got
With
some
these peeps,
questions.
they're peeps. St. Charles, Missouri. Hello, Michelle from St. Charles, Missouri. Welcome.
Missouri.
Okay. So the
Missouri.
first question is Michelle. Okay.
Like to find out where my fear comes from?
Fear of water. Yeah. And heights.
Ooh.
You want to say, let's say a blessing. I don't think we did that
Yeah,
yet.
let's
Yeah.
do that. You wanna do it?
Okay. Sure.
Alright.
Okay. Dear Divine Mother, Father, Creator, we ask that you bless this gathering here tonight. And we humbly ask that you fill and you surround us with your light and your love now and always. And we also humbly ask for and we call upon and we invite in everyone that's here. There are spirit guides, our highest spirit guides, our angels, our ancestors, and our galactic beings, and any ascended masters, ascended teachers that are here today. We invite you in. Actually, we invite you into this gathering tonight to help with the work that we're going to do tonight, which is past life soul retrieval, other life soul retrieval. We invite you to join us now, and we ask that you assist, especially Michelle and I, and everyone here to be open and allowing and clear and concise channels as we access records, the Akashic Records, and we ask for the gateway keeper, the gatekeeper, to welcome us, which I'm sure that they will, as we access the records for everyone here who wishes clarity in their current life.
Yep, we also ask that only truth, love, and light is able to come through,
Mhm.
and I do like to call upon the Guardian Alliance to watch over this whole thing so that we are held in that pure love essence in all that we do here. And we know that as we ask, it is done. Mm.
Amen.
And so it is.
And so it
Abracadabra.
is.
As
Yes.
I speak it, so it is. So Michelle would like to know where her fear of water and heights come from. Ooh,
Michelle. Let me look at her. I need to look at her message here
yeah, I
to
got it up
connect.
on the screen here.
Okay.
Yeah, you got me trained now.
Nice,
I
nice.
was like, oh yeah, we can do that. That was so cool.
Okay. Oh, I see something coming through.
Mm-hmm.
I'm. Is it okay if I go,
Absolutely.
Michelle?
Yeah.
You're right. Okay. I'm actually seeing you as a child, a little boy, and and usually guidance takes me to the crux of something. If there's, because we have, if we haven't cleared it then we have repeating patterns, what I've learned and what I've seen. And so I do see you as a little boy, and I feel you're indigenous. I see you standing like on a cliff kind
Mm-hmm.
of thing. And what's going on? Uh, I feel my heart's feeling like it's beating really fast. Um, yeah, I feel you're running from something or someone, a group, another tribe, perhaps. Uh, hmm.
Sharon, I'm also
Yeah,
getting that there's a waterfall.
I do
Or
see water below it.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do see water below. I do feel that he was pushed
Mm-hmm.
off the cliff or jumped. Yeah, jumped, pushed, and jumped, kind of thing is what I'm getting. Uh, and didn't survive. because I see him still in the water.
Swimming, yeah,
Yeah, trying to get out.
yeah, but I feel
Um,
like that water was moving really quick.
hmm But I feel like he was doing that after he died, uh, because I'm feeling that he, he was he needed to get back to his family. He needed to get back to his clan, and he's thinking about that as I have to get back to my clan. I don't want to worry my mom. I don't want to worry my family because they don't know what happened to me. Yeah, and so he's in that kind of anxiety panic state is what I'm feeling.
Mhm, mhm,
So let's get him.
yeah, yeah,
So what we can do, and you can do this on your own too, is and we, since, and what I've learned is uh, the reason our personalities get stuck is because our attention is still on the earth plane. We haven't turned our attention to the higher planes. So we, as earth plane beings, can interject ourselves, that part of us, in because we're coming up from the into the spirit world from the earth plane. So we're able to get their attention better because these personalities can't see their guides, their angels, their loved ones, um, and they're like a dream to them, just like they are to us here on the earth plane, right? So they're able to see us. So we're gonna go in the water. Michele, you're helping going in the
mhm,
water. Yeah,
holding him
pointing him
up.
out. Yeah. Yeah, I feel him. His heart's, I mean, I just feel this panic in my chest and anxiety. So we are helping him understand that he has left that physical life, that he chose it for soul growth. And really, all he needs to do is just turn around and see the higher planes of his oversoul, the light of his oversoul. Whew. Okay. And he can move across. His family is there. No need to worry about them any longer.
And he's moving in.
Yeah.
He's seeing his mother.
Yeah, I was really worried about his mother.
Yeah. Mm,
Whew. Yeah, I feel that.
mhm. What's cute is he's running into the light. I feel like there's wings sprouting on his back. That's so
I'm sure.
sweet.
Hmm.
So sweet. Yeah. They're in the trees. Yeah, very good. How does
Yeah,
that
it's good
feel,
to do a little bit
Michele?
of breath work. I'm sorry, Michelle. It's good to do what I found is good to breathe him in, breathe that in, do a little bit of breath work, breathe it in into your soul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just allow yourself to be freed of that. Definitely freed of that. Very good. That's so cool. And then we have Hadley. Hadley has an intense fear of snakes. Ah! Is it this life or another? And Hadley, when I first saw this a couple minutes ago, it was like this has been a fear that you've had in multiple lives. I'm feeling like it's been something where you're like, ah, because it's kind of cute. I am seeing a lifetime on the prairie with the high grasses, and you moving through the high grasses, but I don't think that was the originating
Mhm.
situation. I feel like that snakes was actually something associated with ritual, way, way back, way, way back. Maybe even, God, it's not Egypt though. It's even prior to that. I was holding a snake. I don't even know what it is. I don't know what this culture is, but it's holding a snake, and there's many, many snakes. And it's
It feel
almost like
does it feel South American or something like that? Like
maybe
Incan,
it
or Aztec?
does. It does, where it's almost like they hold the snake up and allow the snake to bite you.
Yeah, I feel
And it's
like
a ritual kind of a thing.
like he's in a pit.
Yes.
I saw him in a pit. I feel a male. Do you feel a male?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
And I see him in a pit with snakes all around him.
Yeah. And someone is holding a snake up, and it's
Yeah.
wow.
It looks like Incan or Aztec. Aztec
Yeah.
feels like Aztec. That's what
Yeah,
I'm getting.
it's way back too.
Mhm.
It's like
So he died.
mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, in absolute terror.
Mhm.
Yeah, honey.
I do feel that they told him this would determine his virility or something like that
Mhm.
if he lived through it.
Mhm.
It was a ritual, like you said. It was like
Yep,
a coming of age type of thing or whatever, torture type of deal.
yep.
That if he lived through it, then he would pass the test.
And he would bring honor to his family
Yeah.
because he wasn't the only one. There were others that were there as well. It was like you said, kind of a coming of age sort of a thing,
Yeah. Yeah.
but he didn't make it. And Hadley, I even feel like you felt like you could feel the heat coming through your body when the venom hit. And I'm kind of wondering if maybe when you see snakes, if you don't get like that fear, but it comes through your body like a heat flash kind of a thing. It'd be interesting to see.
So we need
What?
to get him.
Mhm. Mhm. Let's just go ahead and get him out of those snakes.
Yeah.
And I
So
also wanna do some energy that releases any bindings that that ritual has on his soul, any kind of connections or magical kind of stuff that was associated with all of this,
mhm.
to release that from the soul too, because I feel like there was some kind of a forever and ever thing that was going on, um, and release any entities that may have been related to that too. Yeah, and then we can bring him up out of there.
Yeah, we're just sprouting wings and pulling him up.
Mm. Yeah, I'm seeing actually the temple as he's moving upwards, I'm seeing this temple with the writing on it. Wow. And just move into that light, into that space that is home for you.
Yeah, and just helping him understand that he can release this lifetime, that he chose it for soul growth, and all he needs to do is turn around and move across and release it, and his future self can use his help.
Yeah, and to see his family there, that he did not
Mm,
dishonor his family, that his family welcomes him.
yeah.
Your family welcomes you home, honey.
Hmm. I feel that.
Mhm.
I always feel when someone moves into the light, I feel this expansion in my heart center.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all connected. So
Yeah, beautiful
way
golden
better.
light too. That was
Nice.
good, Hadley, good job.
Yeah. We're just
Alright.
the telephone. You did the work.
Whoops. Boop, boop. Miss Jules, I've been stuck stagnant in my life. Can I please request soul retrieval help me find passion purpose in my life?
Thank you. You're welcome. Miss Jules. Can I get your first name, please, Miss Jules? Do you know her
It's
first name?
Miss.
It's what? Ms.
It's
Ms. I'll go
Miss.
with Ms. Okay.
I do believe it's Jules.
Oh, okay.
If it's not, it is for right now.
Yeah, I can connect to that. I guess, yeah, I'm feeling this goes back to persecution. I feel persecution. Um, okay,
Yeah, and almost like like trying, but you got stopped. And you
yeah,
wanted to, and you got stopped, and now you've got a pattern of, and what I'm getting is not going the distance. And
because
it's not.
because of that fear
Mhm.
of being killed. Because I feel
Yeah,
like
retribution.
you were killed. I feel like you were
Mhm,
murdered, um,
mhm.
and I do feel
And
it was for your abilities.
more than once.
Totally, because there was a pattern. Yeah.
Mhm.
But let's see here. I do see you in female form in that lifetime.
Yep.
Yeah. And I feel like you were a practitioner or some kind of herbalist or uh, apothecary kind of person, or studied the earth religions. Feels like Ireland or something, somewhere around that area. Does that resonate, Michelle?
I'm also feeling, Jules, that you were an artist of some sort, that you created beautiful works of art of some sort, and it was all tied up in there together. That was really a part of what you did. Um, yeah, let's release that.
Well, let's see what happened. Um, uh, because I'm getting that the reason she's stuck is because of it always is because of emotional baggage. So acknowledging the emotional baggage is what I'm getting is what's can be important to help Miss Jules with
Yeah.
releasing that, transmuting it.
Yeah,
That
not being able to live her passion.
yeah, totally.
So
Um,
strong.
I'm feeling there's something there with betrayal, feeling like but she was betrayed by her community and people that were close to her. So I'm feeling
And
that,
males.
yeah, yeah, it does feel like males.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, and so people may have turned her in or whatever um, during that time because I am getting like Ireland or Scotland somewhere around there, and um, where once they relied on her, and then when it came around with the coin, when when like during the Crusades or something, like what we were just talking about, uh, then people ended up not, you know, turning on her. So this certain group, small group, so like 4 or 5 people split the money. Anyway, I do see her being dragged out of her home. Uh, drug. I do feel she was burned. Yeah, I'm feeling she was burned at the stake, which you don't see that a lot, but I do feel she was. Whew.
Yeah,
So
let's
she,
not leave her in that. That
no,
was
we're
way
not. I
too
was just gonna say
traumatic.
she had a lot of gifts and abilities, a lot,
Mhm.
and those have been repressed ever since because of that trauma, definitely. Because there's terror and everything. Okay, so we'll just bring her down. Uh, I feel like she's hovering around there, kind of thing. All right, so I'm hearing the name like Abigail or something like that. Abigail, I'm hearing that name. She wasn't that old, maybe 38. So we're helping her understand that she has left that physical lifetime and she chose it for soul growth. I see her there, yeah, and just I want to cry. And all she needs to do is turn around and see the light of her oversoul there, and the people that she helped. There's so many people there waiting for her that she helped, and that's what matters. And her family, and everything will make sense in the light, and her future self can use her help. There's clarity in the light. There we go.
And also wanting any part of her soul moving forward in the future that was trapped in that. You also want to pull that energy up and out too to release that as well. Because I feel like I'm just seeing this pattern like over and over and over and over. And just to be sure that we're all the way back to the beginning, to the original thing, I just want to add that in there, that any part of her soul moving into the future that may have been trapped in that pattern, releasing that too.
Yeah, I've
Um,
learned that it's the domino effect.
yeah.
Whenever they take us to the crux of it, then the rest
Yeah,
is
but
cleared
it's
too.
still, that being said, I'm still feeling very strongly that that needs to be said,
Good, good,
that
good.
there's
Okay,
something about that that needs to go.
sure.
Because this was a really strong thing, Jules, that you had going for you. This is going to help you a lot. And also, it's important, Jules, that you start reminding yourself that you're free to choose your life as you choose it, and you're safe and worthy to be who you are in all of that expression. Start reminding yourself of that.
Mhm.
And it's
Yeah.
safety too. You're safe to be who you are. Good job.
Yes, thank you.
Good job. All right. So you were welcome, Nancy. Nancy is saying, first, I want to thank you both for doing this for free.
Oh, you're welcome.
Absolutely. And let's see. Moon is saying, I've always felt an Eve vibe from myself. Could this be true?
What is that? Eve?
Eve, I'm feeling like that is probably an Adam and Eve sort of thing. Well, here's something, Moon, that is kind of cool, is there have been many goddess belief systems slash religion slash traditions slash where women have taken on the energy of the story of Eve, but not the religious story of Eve. The the belief system that Eve as the first woman, the first creation of God, and the original innocence and the original purity and the original love. Um, and I'm telling you this for you to be able to kind of dig into that. Could this be true? Yes, because you're taking in the energy of the Eve. Is actually goddess that worship Eve, the true original form of the feminine divine. And so, yeah, absolutely, it could be true. And it's that divine earth mother energy too, because I feel that from you too. Yeah, absolutely.
Mhm. What she said.
Yeah. All right, Ricky has a question for us. What's left for me to do?
Well,
Everything
that's
you
not a
want to
past
do.
life. We're doing past life readings. Did you if you have a past life question, Ricky, we can look at that. Or we can just look at what may be getting in the way of your clarity on that.
And also, Ricky, you know what's left for you to do? Whatever floats your boat, sister.
Yeah.
Whatever blows your hair back, seriously. We're all getting up there in years. And it's so important that we do the things that make us happy. I started painting about a year ago, and I absolutely love it. Am I ever going to be a famous artist? No. Is anybody ever going to buy my art? Most likely not. But I love it. And it's changed my life. And it's because I'm doing something that just makes me so happy. That's what's left for you to do, is do the things that truly make you happy.
Yeah.
You
And
deserve
also
it. Well, that's
heal what
being
is
happy is so healing too.
it is, and to heal what is getting in the way of maybe some clarity on your future. Because if you if we have to ask, what are we going to do from here, kind of thing, that means we don't have clarity. And so if we don't have clarity, we don't have vision, something's in the way of your brow, your brow and crown chakra, that or your chakras. But mainly what I'm getting is your brow chakra. So if you don't have clarity, then in your meditations you can ask for clarity on what is there that you can heal to give you clarity
I'm
to
also
read a
getting
regression.
really strong doing the Om chanting
Yeah, totally.
is really gonna be powerful for you too. But seriously, do what makes your hair blow back, sister. That is one of the most healing things that we can do.
Right.
Look at Karen. Would love a reading of a past life.
Okay.
Mm,
I actually see Karen as a man in this reading that's coming up, as a soldier. Um,
yeah, I'm seeing the jacket.
see, yeah, and but dressed in black.
Yep.
See him in black. Um, yeah, it feels kind of ancient. What I'm seeing. Um,
Yeah, it's almost like, is it like samurai kind of stuff? It's
I
like
did
the,
see him with the sword. Yeah, I
yeah,
did see him with the sword.
it's like the, it's not like a regular, like a military uniform sort of thing.
Right.
Or, oh, what were those other guys? Mongolians.
hmm The Chinese wars.
Is that what that is? I'm thinking that's what it is. I'm saying horses.
hmm Yeah, because whatever he's wearing is black and it's wrapped around him, wrapped.
Mhm.
The way I see it, what I see. So I do see him like that, and been a soldier for most of his life, kind of thing. So the wars lasted a long time. Uh, I just feel from him that he feels really tired. Kind
Tired.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he's a really um, strong warrior. He's saying in his young years, but he's just I just feel tiredness with him. Uh,
And almost like a little bit of a feeling of, I devoted my life to this and what's the point? It's just killing. And
mhm.
like there's some kind of energy there in that.
Yeah, because he doesn't. Um, well, I mean, nobody enjoys soldiers enjoy killing, but he's like it goes. It I feel like it goes totally against the grain for
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
But he's doing his duty, and he's a warrior. Uh, yeah. So yeah, I just don't feel him moving into the light. Not only because of the tiredness, but also because of the trauma to his heart and soul with killing, and not
Mhm.
feeling worthy of moving across
Mhm.
and moving into the higher realms and whatever his belief system was at that um,
Yeah, there's something about that that holds him here, like he's not to go on or
yeah, yeah,
can't leave his men, maybe?
duty,
Can't leave the duty.
duty. He feels a duty still. I feel like he was very close to his general, and so he has a duty. Once he couldn't fight like with the young ones, he was a uh, what do you call it that talks to the general? What are the ones that give advice, advisor, those types of people. Um, that's not the right word, but to his general.
So going corporal, ambassador.
Yeah, I guess advisor. Yeah,
Mhm.
right hand man, one of the
Right-hand
men that
man.
advises the general.
And
But he did have
strategy.
rank. He
There's a
did
lot
have
of
rank.
strategy involved with whatever that was
Mhm.
too.
Makes
Very
me think
smart
of
man.
the Art of War. I think of that book. I love that
Yes.
book. I love that book.
Yeah.
Um, I think about. I'm thinking of that. So it might have been during those times. So Chinese. Yeah, that makes sense. Uh, so anyway, we need to bring him across because he's done. He just doesn't know it.
Yeah, he just doesn't think he's supposed to leave.
Yeah,
Karen, you can let go, honey.
know that part of you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. Yeah, I feel him. We're just helping him understand he has left that physical lifetime, and that journey is over. he chose it for the experience and for soul growth. He's very wise, and that
Yeah.
yeah, he can just take his attention off the earth plane. Everyone there that in this experience that he's still creating in his mind has already moved into the higher realms, and he can be there with them with all his brethren. There we go. Okay, he sees the light of this oversoul.
Yeah, it's almost like he was waiting for permission.
Totally.
It's like someone was saying, you know, whatever the words are to
Right.
let him go. Wow,
Mhm.
Karen, that was a kind of a biggie there.
It was kind of like your job here is done.
Yeah, you can go now.
Yeah.
What do they say that what do they what's in the military? At ease or whatever,
At
something like
ease.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that. You can go now. You be gone with ya scarby rats. Oh no, wait a minute, that's pirates.
Nancy, so people are just typing in questions. If you want to type in a question, we'll get, as we go through the list, if you want to look at something in particular of a past life or just in general
Yeah.
of a
Thank
past
you,
life.
Karen. That was good. You should be feeling a lightness
Yeah.
coming too. Laura's asking, what do I need to clear to keep me from moving on?
Okay.
Laura Reiki. I love that. Mm.
Hmm.
You know, it's something I'm giving, and I'm not sure if this is necessarily a past life thing, but something that I'm getting really strong with you, Laura, is forgiving yourself. Um, Forgiving yourself.
Yeah, it's always a past life thing.
Yeah, it is, but it's weird because it's like I'm not feeling what it is, like what that past life thing is.
I actually see a little girl and
Mm,
I see fire. And I actually feel that she set a fire
you set a
accidentally.
fire.
Yeah, and burned down her house and killed her family, is what I'm feeling. Um, she didn't do it, but she thinks she did. I mean, it was an accident, and
Mm,
I'm seeing that pretty strongly right now. Uh, so self punishment could definitely be in that stream of consciousness, not feeling worthy of joy, happiness, all the good things in life.
forgiving, yeah.
Yeah, forgiving
Big
herself.
forgive. You're so hard on yourself, Laura.
So let's get that little girl.
Yeah. Yeah, running, 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 running.
Mhm. I get an H name for her, like Haley or Hillary or Haley. Haley sounds like Haley. Okay, we have her.
Mm, yeah, it's interesting. It's almost like she fell into your arms. Like, oh my God,
Yeah,
let me,
yeah,
it's just, she's been running.
yeah. She has just trying to save her family, trying to save her family, but knowing she can't. So we're just helping her understand that that experience is over. That there's nothing there to forgive. You and your family, darling, chose that for soul growth. And your family is right there in the light right behind us. Go ahead, turn around with me and see. There we go. And see your family there. All is forgiven. All is forgiven. There's really nothing to forgive. There we go. Whew.
Yeah, you should be feeling that, Laura. That was powerful.
Yeah.
All right, we have
That was
S. Hunt. Been very fearful of so many things in my life. Afraid of the dark, airplanes, wondering why I'm so afraid to pass on and have such anxiety regarding it.
Hmm.
Oh, wow.
I
You
see a
know,
lot there. There's a
yeah,
lot
there's
there.
a lot there. I'm feeling like Africa, Sharon. Are you feeling that?
Slave.
No, before that. Well, not American slave, maybe slave uh,
Well,
in
slavery,
Africa.
being kidnapped from her family.
Mm,
No, I see quite a
it's
few.
so many things.
I
Yeah, it's
see
kind of
quite a
like,
few
wow, oh, honey.
challenging experiences that only the brave
Yeah.
choose these. Just so everyone knows, only the brave choose these really challenging experiences. I also feel there's contact experiences in there too. Um, Stressors coming in your room and things like that, which is also an agreement um, in other lives. But yeah, I see a lot of stuff there. Okay, let's see what past life we can. So, what are you getting in Africa, Michelle?
Well, what I'm getting is a young male,
Okay.
and I'm getting things coming from the sky. When you were talking about that, things coming from the sky, things coming out of the dark, so much to be afraid of. It's like it was a lifetime that was just really traumatic, and I'm seeing people coming in and killing killing his family. Um, something coming out of the sky. ET maybe? But I can hear
Mm.
like the roar of the animals at night.
You mean like volcano or meteorites or extraterrestrial
No,
could be?
I
Okay.
think it's extraterrestrial.
Okay. Yeah, I do feel she has a connection to or she or he. I'm sorry, I can't tell by your name, but has a connection to extraterrestrials for sure,
Mhm.
or ET beings, otherworldly beings. Uh, both sides.
Yeah, it's like this lifetime you couldn't find your place in all of it. It was coming from the sky, it was lions roaring in the dark, people coming out and harassing your tribe. It was like so much for a kid to process.
You're talking about extraterrestrials coming in, and
Everything. No,
okay.
lions roaring in the jungle,
Oh,
extraterrestrials coming out of the sky, all in one
oh,
lifetime. People coming and harassing and warring with her tribe. Like all this stuff going on. It was a really stressful youth, and I see him getting killed at about 10 years old.
okay. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like he died young.
Mhm. And the people, his tribe is afraid of the ETs that were coming in. And so everybody was afraid. And you you just picked up on all that fear. I can feel the anxiety too. Ooh. Yeah, this little boy. Let's grab that little soul.
Sure. Yeah,
That
totally.
poor afraid little baby. There's nothing to be afraid of. You're okay and you're safe now.
Mhm,
Afraid to afraid to go anywhere, even make a move. Just trapped.
mhm. Not anymore.
Mm-mm.
We're here to help. We're here to help.
Yeah, I
There
want
we
my
go.
mommy.
Yeah. All you have to do, little one, is just turn around. Let go. There we go. There's your mom right there. There's your mommy right there in the light of your soul, waiting for you. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's okay. I feel like you ran away and got lost or something.
Yeah, like running from
Yeah.
something.
Mhm.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, honey, you should be feeling a release from that. Take a nice deep breath and just let it go ahead and whoo. Okay, so Shelly,
Airplanes.
unsure of a direct question, would like guidance from my peeps regarding my recent travels with family.
Um, hmm. Well, I feel tension there, Shelley. Stuff that's past life that hasn't been cleared, I will say. Uh, so I'm getting from your peeps here that to use your tools like Ho'oponopono and things like that, because I'm not feeling that perhaps um, things are going to be the way you want them to be uh, until you heal what's within you. Okay. Because I'm getting, and that's with all of us, right? Uh, so I'm sure that you know about Ho'oponopono, which is super important for, I mean, it's very profound work. Okay? So it's just a reminder from your guidance to use that in any situation with your family or anything that gives you um, tension, where you feel tension. 'Cause I just feel this feeling of mm, not knowing, feeling frustrated, not knowing what to do about something. So there's past life stuff there. That Ho'oponopono can help clear too, as long as we use it on a regular basis.
Yeah, and that really Ho'oponopono, the big thing about that is taking responsibility
Okay.
and being responsible for
Yeah.
your
So she's
part.
saying, do we have, I'm sorry, we have some sort of healing. Okay. Well, I hope so, but I feel this, and that could have been the healing part of it, because I feel like there was resistance in some areas, if that makes any sense.
Excuse me, my stomach was
Was that your
growling.
stomach? I thought it was a lion in your mouth.
Ah!
Okay. You didn't get to eat.
It was Miss Hunt there. I was the lion in your
That's why you were seeing lions. Okay. What are you getting for Shelly? Because I just feel resistance there and
I
kind
just
of
feel massive resistance. Yeah,
yeah.
it's just yeah.
Well, if you feel you had healing, go for it. Go with that. You're intuitive, Shelly.
Yeah.
Keep using um, the tools you have.
Yeah, absolutely. Say yes to it. Yes, we did have a healing. Because if
Yeah.
you're asking, there's something in you that tells you you did, you know?
Well, not only that, if you have
Oops.
to ask, then there might be still some resistance there to what actually did transpire.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how helpful that was, but
Wasn't a past life
Ho'oponopono.
Christian. Oh, Ho'oponopono.
Ho'oponopono it.
I love you. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you.
Oh, I thought you were telling me you love me. I love you too,
I
Michelle.
do love
Okay.
you.
And we love
I'm so
everyone here.
sorry. Please
Uh,
forgive me.
I'm so sorry. Please forgive me.
It's powerful
Thank you.
stuff.
Thank you.
So Rosie says, I'm curious why I'm drawn to specific decades that I've not experienced in this current life. You know what's interesting, Rosie? When I first saw your question, I felt like the 20s and 30s really strong, like the dress and the garb and the turn of the fashion. You know, we went from wearing the long dresses and the big bustles and
Like
corsets and
Renaissance?
stuff. No, the 1920s,
Oh,
1930s.
okay.
Yeah, and then we went to more that avant-garde. Women started wearing more just very different styles, you know, in like the 20s and the time of Titanic and all that stuff and
Mm,
moving into
mhm,
the First World War and how the fashions changed. And for some reason that's what I'm seeing is this and something about the fashion itself. I don't know if you're into fashion maybe. um but yeah. So often you are drawn to specific decades because you've either lived in them or there is something about the frequency of that time that you are connected to. And it's interesting, Rosie, because I'm very connected to that time of Titanic too, and that First World War and all of that. It was a very exciting time.
mhm.
But also and then you were saying Renaissance, Sharon?
Um, yeah, I felt Renaissance with Rosie. Um, because I saw the big dresses, the Renaissance era, the big dresses, that type of thing, the big hair, and all that, and fashion. Hello, um, that type of thing. So feeling that, being in that period, and I agree with Michelle that we're drawn to certain time periods because one, either we lived well, we've lived during those times, or we wouldn't be drawn to them, but we lived during those times, and we had enjoyable experiences there, and or there we had emotional experiences that either is has not been um, released or healed, or it was just emotional for us, an emotional time for us. So it's deep in our records. It's embedded in our records, and it brings up things when we emotion, and being drawn to it is because that's what in our memories, in our cell memory, in our records. So yeah, so that's what I'm getting.
Yeah. And also too, we're all connected in the group too. It's
Mhm.
like I love the 50s, but I was born in the 60s. But I love the 50s. So there's some kind of whether it's an ancestral connection or do we incarnate linearly? Can we live in the 20s and maybe the 30s and the 50s and then go back to the 1600s and go forward in 3032? I actually started my doctorate, my dissertation for my doctorate on do we incarnate linearly and using hypnotherapy, but it was inconclusive. So,
Mm.
but
Because we
think
don't.
about it. Yeah.
Because we don't.
No, so you can live in these different decades, even if it's been times that you haven't experienced in this lifetime, and it can be other times because who knows how we incarnate. Linear is only here in this third dimensional realm.
Yeah.
Other than that, we can be jumping all over the place. You can live an entire lifetime starting in the 20s and the 30s and the 40s and the 50s.
Yeah, and I see our lives as cyclical, our journeys as cyclical.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, when right now we're on one spoke in that wheel, that karmic wheel, whatever you want to call it, we're on one spoke. This is our journey in this lifetime. But we can always with meditation and hypnotherapy and that kind of thing, we can always like go to the center of the wheel and go up another experience. It's not really past, we call it past, but it's an experience that we have lived perhaps before and experienced before because we're there in our records and that we have experienced that. Because when we're there in the center of the wheel is how I can understand it, we can look at all and experience all these lifetimes
Right.
as a separate experience. So, yeah, you've got lots of experiences, Rosie, that you have hundreds, if not thousands.
And another thing too, and this is something that Sharon and I experienced, is we both feel that we were Mary Magdalene and are very, very connected into that Magdalene energy. And we've met many people who feel the same thing. And so there's some kind of, like, when we can incarnate with different, I mean, for lack of a better explanation, parts of the
Hmm.
souls of other people containing that information, that knowledge, that wisdom, their Akashic records, maybe.
Hmm.
Um, and so that's another aspect of all of this that makes it extra interesting too,
Yeah.
is that we can, do we incarnate as the same soul every single time? If you go into the law and the philosophy of oneness, we're all one,
Right.
so
That's why we're
we're,
able to access so much
yeah,
too. Yeah.
and
And
jump in timelines and all kinds of fun stuff.
right. And a lot of people have their own memories of walking or seeing that lifetime with Yeshua as Mary Magdalene. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of people waking up to that. And, and lots of people that walked with Yeshua and as Yeshua himself. So, I've heard of people that remember being him on the cross and things like that.
Yeah.
So we can access that if we, I don't know if I want to access that, but yeah,
Yeah.
we have that ability. We can, because Yeshua is, I mean, we're connected. We're all connected in that way. We're all connected. So, that soul stream is all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of
But anyway,
cool.
very cool.
All right. So now we have Monica.
Monica.
I'm not sure if this is relevant to my Akashic records, but I was in a dark night of the soul for the past few months and became really mad at my guides. She says, I
Mhm.
feel like they weren't, wish we could do these all together. I feel like they weren't hearing me and feeling the channeled writings I did was a bunch of made up malarkey. You know what, Monica, I want to share with
Fired
you.
them.
I got really upset with the universe about 15 years ago. And I said, I am here doing my job and doing my work and helping people and healing people. And if I can't even pay my rent on time, this is stupid and I've had it. So either you help me or get the F out. So I fired the universe. Worst
Good luck.
freaking week of my life. It was like, oh my gosh. It was horrible. Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, we all get angry and we all feel like, that we're on our own. And it's normal. It's part of the process. Um, but I do want to say, Monica, one of the things that I'm feeling is that the channeled writings you did is not a bunch of made up malarkey.
Mm-mm.
Because one of the things with channeling is a lot of times it does feel like we're making it up because we use the imagination, we use that portal, that tool that spirit uses, and sometimes it needs to be refined when we channel stuff through. Um, Sometimes we need to go back and revisit it and do a channeling on the channeling. So don't throw it in the trash. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater because I'm feeling that you have been very connected And this dark night of the soul really is bringing you out into a higher place, is the word that I'm using, a higher frequency. And don't throw it all out because it isn't a bunch of made up malarkey. It is viable. It might just need to be fine tuned a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel it's a bunch of malarkey either.
Mm.
Monica, I've seen and heard some of your channelings, and no, they are love filled. So I'm feeling that you were with your, and I know I've talked about a little bit about my dark night of the soul, and we have many ones too. That
Mhm.
it's part of the ascension process,
Yeah.
right? And so, unfortunately, whatever you want to call it, as things come up in us that we hadn't looked at before and hadn't healed before, they just come up and we have to deal with them. Um, and that's funny that you fired the universe.
Yeah,
I'm
the
like, good.
entire universe. I
Yeah.
couldn't
The
do just
universe,
one guide.
the
I was
universe,
like,
like,
"You're all fired. You're
okay, you're on your own. Let's see how you do. Okay,
it's not a good week."
go ahead. Go ahead.
"You have free will, Michele. Knock yourself out."
I know, right? Yeah.
Oh god. Don't do
So,
that, people.
no, I'm just feeling, I don't feel that you have a new team. I feel that you have shifted, not your team.
Mhm.
Well, our teams shift with us. We shift together, kind of thing. But they're with you to help you, and then and vice versa. Of course, our guidance is moving too. They're
Yeah.
not static. So and stuck. Um, so yeah. So I'm feeling you shifted. They shifted. So you've just shifted. That's
And
all.
it doesn't feel like it used to because it's not
It's
like
a
it used
shift.
to.
It's
Yeah.
not right. Different
And
frequency.
yeah, so play with it. Play with it and feel the new alignment, right? I also wanna tell you to get out and sit on the ground and do some meditation. Archangel Michael is saying, "Get your butt on the ground."
Oh, funny. Yeah, we got nice weather here now. So we all need to get out and get our butt on the
Yeah,
ground
get your butt on the
here
ground,
in
do some
Oregon.
meditation, and it'll help you to connect in, hun.
Yeah, Monica's here in
Yeah.
where I am.
Don't don't throw it out. It was not malarkey, honey. It was good stuff.
Yeah, totally. And you'll know that once you look back at it in a month or two.
Yeah. All right. All right. Peace is easy. Is saying no longer a member of two different spiritual groups with targeting, scapegoating, false accusations.
I don't understand that.
Yeah, I don't either.
Is that a question?
I
No, it's
don't
not.
know.
Okay, we can go on.
Is it a
Carissa,
Carissa? Carissa.
if there's a question there, piece is easy that you'd like to ask, please ask it. But I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either. It's okay. We're happy to help you.
Yeah.
I was told a healer yesterday that she opened up my third eye and crown chakra. Wouldn't feel it. Can you tell? Couldn't feel it?
Wouldn't feel it or couldn't feel it.
That's an interesting slip of energy there, sister. Um, typing wouldn't feel it. Do you feel confident in this person that did that?
Well, first of all, a healer can't open up your third eye.
Mm-mm.
No, that's something you do. Okay. Nobody can do that for you. You work together. So anybody that tells you I opened it up for you, to me, that's just what I've learned. You work together, so there's nothing there that was opened up for you, um, and opened up something within you. You do that together, and you're in charge of that. So you would know if you don't feel it. You don't feel it. You would know. I would say pay attention to your dreams. Stay in your meditations. If your visions are clearer, that kind of thing. And sometimes it's a slow process too.
Yeah. And
Yeah,
also,
I found
Carissa,
that.
your third eye is already open. So I don't know what you're talking about. It's already open.
Oh, and crown chakra too. Okay, I just saw that.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I just got that.
So,
Now,
it's something, it's not about it being opened or closed, it's about clarity and connection. So do some oming. I do this wonderful thing. It's called the meditation on the blue pearl, where you close your eyes and you focus on the pineal gland, which is basically where the crown chakra comes into, front and back third eye chakra, and om, and feel that vibration right there at the pineal gland. The pineal gland, when you do that for a little while, will begin to look like a blue pearl in the center of your head. And when you're
nice.
oming, it'll start to kind of vibrate. That's one of the most powerful ways. It's an ancient Eastern tradition, and it's one of the powerful ways to cleanse and clear your third eye and your crown chakra and really get them open and clear. And it's very simple. You just close your eyes, visualize center of your head, blue
Hmm.
pearl, om.
Pretty powerful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We discount the ohm sometimes. We forget how powerful that ohm is. That is first
Yeah.
sound of creation.
Hmm.
But yeah, your third eye's already open, honey. You didn't need anybody to help you with that. You gorgeous, gorgeous narcissus.
Well, it's open when you need it to be open, not when, I mean,
Yeah, not all the time.
I found that our third eye isn't really that open when we're on electronics. Doesn't
Yeah.
open. During my meditations, I'll see my eye looking at me every once in a while, like, "Oh, thank you." But I can open now. Give it permission to open. I can open now, but lights, bright lights, electronics, all that stuff, and of course, in nature helps our third eye to, then our third eye feels safe enough to open. But it shouldn't be open all the time anyway.
Should be clear though. Ohm
Yeah,
it.
it should be clear.
Ohm it.
Yes,
Ohm it. Michelle is saying, I
omit.
visualized the reunion with mom. No wonder the Ice Age resonates with me so much. Yeah. Yeah.
Good.
Good
Where
job,
mom and
honey.
baby jump over the falls to escape the
Yeah.
sabers. Oh.
Saber tooth and tiger. All right, Shelly, ancestor healing. Yes. Amb. Let's take a look at this one. We're getting
Shannon Hunt, did you see hers?
whoop.
Hand purple blue piece. Okay, I don't understand that one.
Oh, that's
And people may be commenting on something we said before, but we're just now seeing it.
yes.
Okay. Or whatever, or communications between people too.
Okay. So AMB. She has little alien, looks like little aliens. I believe I'm a star seed with ancient Egyptian connection. Have I traveled here before as a child? I recalled being light without a body. Absolutely.
Yes.
And one of the ancient Egyptian things is when we would get to the very highest initiatory levels, we would go into the sarcophagus and we would go into a hypnotic state, meditation state, and we project our soul out into the universe.
I remember doing that.
I do too. And I did not come back one
Yeah.
time. I had to kind of start over.
So your body died?
Yep.
Your avatar body
Yep.
died?
And so I had to kind of go back through and I learned it this time. Um, but yeah, I'm getting an absolute yes. So you are always the light. So anytime we're in the in between states, when our body vessel drops away and goes back to the earth, we're always in our light body. So you're recalling being light without a body has happened over and over and over and over and over every time you have. And as a star seed, we travel throughout the universe as in our light body all the time. A lot of times when you see, and we're seeing this more and more, we see the balls of light, white light in the sky, and zipping around, and everybody's like starting to realize these are uh, space ships, basically. When you get a good look on them, they're Merkabahs. So if you do any work with your Merkabah, that's your light body. And there was a show on that used to be called Skinwalker Ranch, And they had all this equipment. It was crazy. And they showed one of these ships in the sky, and they went close in, and you could literally see the Merkabah around a being sitting in this organic vessel of his light body flying around in the sky. I was like, whoa. So, yeah. And I do want to tell you, you are a star seed too, by the way, just in case you have any questions around that. Hello, Nina. Peace is saying in Avalon, women use snakes for and tripping on the snake poison. Yep, they did. Let's see. Gayal is in here. Young adulthood, I had a dream.
Oh wait, in Avalon, women use snakes, but for prophecy by tripping on the snake's poison. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah. And I know that was it the oracles. They gave them some kind of psychedelics as well, like the oracles of Delphi.
Mushrooms,
Hmm.
psilocybin.
Yeah.
In young
Okay.
adulthood, I had a dream, but it was real. I was a small child with a deformed right foot trying to catch up to my older sister on dirt road, shadowed by large live oaks. Whoops. And then Gyal said, same older sister in this life, rejected me, laughing, taunting me because I was deformed. Wow. Yeah, sometimes we have to learn those lessons, and these people come in again.
Yeah, we come together to heal whatever we didn't heal before. So hopefully that has healed whatever it is, whatever, if there's anything going on between you and your sister, which may be, if you brought that baggage back in, because I just see it as emotional baggage. I see us coming into these lifetimes, this big backpack with all our baggage. And every time we heal something, we just pull out more and more to where it's not so heavy anymore
With our
until
note
our
of
backpack.
who did it in the past.
Yeah, there we go.
If I remember correctly, in 1469, I have it written in my Akashic Records.
Right, right.
But yeah,
And check it off. Check it off. Okay, that's healed.
that's
That's
gone,
healed.
that's gone. And you know,
Yeah.
Gael, I have my brother in this lifetime, just oh, and I have memories of him just being a tormentor in many lifetimes. In this lifetime, I said, I'm done, and had to cut him out of my life. I love you, but you cannot be in my life. And it was massive healing for me.
Boundaries. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, no, no, not, I'm, no, you can't be in my life. You make me miserable. Probably the next step in that is being able to be around him and not be miserable, but I'm not there yet. So,
Oh yeah. So she's asking above that. They behave the same way this life. What the hell is wrong? Okay, sorry.
but was that Gael?
Gael, yes.
Oh, oh, I see what's happening.
Okay, yeah. So that her question came in
Yeah, what the hell is
parts.
wrong? And then went on with, it's been a big puzzle. If you can help, yeah, it's boundaries and honoring yourself.
Well, it's understanding and knowing, and like you said, Michelle, and also acknowledging that you chose these experiences. You chose that first experiences, which is probably why you had the dream. That was the beginning of it, where you chose that so you could experience it. And then, but but you didn't heal from it. You know, you didn't close that karmic loop by forgiving or not
Boundaries.
allowing, not letting the emotion keep you down. And so you chose that experience, a pattern. And this is what I'm teaching about in my class tomorrow, another plug. Okay. And how we bring these patterns in, and so that so we can get rid of this pattern and experience something else. So you and your family or your sister, whoever you're talking
Sister.
about, agreed to do this together again. You made that agreement in Life Between Lives, you know, when you're planning out your life. And we make these agreements with all our family members and all this kind of and all our circles so that we can heal it once and for all and move on to something else, whatever that healing takes. So acknowledgement and understanding it is huge. Yeah.
And yeah, and honestly, saying no. You cannot treat me this way, and if you continue, you can't be in my life. And I'm getting that really strong for you, Gael. And when you do that, when you get distance from that experience, so you're not continuing being traumatized, um, it you get to a point to where you can forgive them and set them free and move on. But sometimes you have to separate from them.
Ho'oponopono it.
Ho'oponopono.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, ho'oponopono the hell out of that.
Right? Ho'oponopono it.
Yeah, and if I can help you with that at all, Gael, let me know.
So we've got one more we can
We
do, and
got
then you have to go, Michelle, right?
Lucy. Yep, I am doing a Meet Your Angel Guides this evening
We've
at
got
6.
Nancy. Nancy before Lucy.
Oh, Nancy, where's Nancy? Back up here?
Between Gael's questions in there. Um, she said,
Nina, Peace, Gael, Jules,
oh,
Gael,
wait,
Jules. Oh, Nancy. Sorry about
Nancy,
that.
yeah.
I'd like to know what's blocking me for my third eye opening. You. Remember, we were talking before, Nancy, and you probably wrote this down before this. Blocking you from your third eye opening is you. Is there a past life around that? Yeah,
Yes.
there is. Ooh. I also feel like there was some kind of I feel like I got hit in the head. I feel like I just got smacked like right in the forehead.
Mm.
Um on purpose at some point.
On purpose.
Yeah,
Y-
and it's there's something. I don't think it's this lifetime, but getting hit in the head, getting smacked with like
Oh, you mean like it happened to her on purpose?
somebody hit her. Yeah.
Yeah. I see her as a male in another lifetime, actually, and yeah, totally. And I see that there's trauma there, and I see that he at the time was blinded, and also didn't want to see what was going on around him. Um, so it was pretty brutal, a lot of brutal stuff.
Torture. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so he made that agreement that he would not see, and he said, "I don't ever want to see I don't ever want to see again." Basically, that type of
And I
thing.
feel like it might have been related to the church too.
Yeah, it feels like what do you call it? The Crusades, that type of thing, and
Mhm.
the Inquisition. I do see torture too, Inquisitions, those types of things. Whew, was he some kind of priest or something?
There's
He's getting
something
that?
in there. And
Yeah,
he either spoke up and said he knew something that he couldn't have known, that he knew, that he got from psychic stuff, and they smacked it out of him.
yeah. He was accused of heresy. I also feel that there was something. I don't know if it's a tattoo or something on his forehead, like what you were saying. I see something
Yeah.
or burning. Yeah, like burning and blinded. He was blinded. So let's get him.
Mhm.
Lots of torture there. Whew. Okay.
Yeah, don't need to hold on to that at all.
I'm getting like an R name, like Randall or Randolph or Rudolph or Randolph or something like that. Or sounds like it with a PH at the end or something along those lines. Rudolfo or yeah, I feel like he might be Italian. So Rodolfo. Okay. Whew, okay, so it does feel like Rome or somewhere around there. All right, yeah, he's still in that space of not wanting to see, just not wanting to see. Hmm. Okay, so we have him. We're helping him understand that he has left that physical plane and his spirit can move his non physical part of him. He served God very well, and he can open his eyes and see. He will have clarity. He can see plainly. His future self can use his help. There we go. Okay. And there were so many people that admired him. So many people admired him. They're there looking for him to cross over and move across. Hmm.
Mhm.
I saw him crying.
There's a lot of pain in that life.
Yeah.
All righty. That should be feeling better now, Nancy.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. We're going to get
Okay.
Lucy, and that'll be our last reading. For those of you that didn't get a reading, please know that Sharon and I offer this work as sessions, and we can both be contacted. The information is in the body here, and you can contact us for this. And we do this once every couple of months where we do these past life readings. So, okay, Lucy. I have had energy stuck in my root chakra, showing up uncomfortably for the last week or so. I would appreciate help processing getting unstuck.
Yeah, the root chakra has to do with survival mode, not feeling supported um, by either community or the planet, that type of thing. And worry about not feeling support, whether it be community or financial, uh, and your future self moving forward. So you can do some meditating to help that, and chakra exercises, especially for the root, can help with that. If there's Michelle, do you see a past life? Any kind of past life with this? I'm sure there is. There always is.
Yeah, I am seeing I'm seeing an injury to the lower back too in a past life
Hmm.
that I'm feeling like that might be connected to it too. I'm seeing falling like off a roof kind of thing. It hasn't been that long ago either. It's maybe been only a couple of lifetimes, maybe in the 1800s, maybe 1700s, falling off a like a barn roof,
Mm.
and like just lower back, hips, and that is survival. It is definitely a survival thing too. When your back is injured, you can't get up and run.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Foundation right there. Your
Hmm.
spine.
Yeah, and there's something there about that, and I feel almost like Lucy that maybe you were so injured that no one came to help, or there was no one to help, and you may have passed away from that accident too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it
Do you?
was a high roof. Woo. Yeah, let's release that.
Hmm.
And we'll make the intention that if there's anything prior to that that's connected to that, that it moves out as well, that
Mhm.
it is able to be released as well. And Lucy, go ahead and give yourself permission. Yeah, it's kind of in your, yeah. Just allow the energy to move out and up, and I can even feel that
Whew.
gentleman now, yeah, like getting
Yeah,
up and kind of limping.
I just felt him go in.
Move into
Yeah.
that light, like a relief, like, "Oh, I can get up." It's almost like, Lucy, like you were there and you died there and your soul stayed there and you were there.
That's exactly what it is.
Mhm. It's like you didn't even get up, it was just you were just there. So this moving through should really help with releasing that root chakra energy. And again, doing some toning, you guys, toning and vocal work and using that vibration in your chakras is really, really powerful. Um, Om is the basic one. There's some other things. And I actually do sessions on that too, because I'm a certified sound healer. And there's a process you can do, and it's really powerful. But just doing Om, Lucy, in your root chakra, feel that vibration in there, that'll help, like, it's not even heal, because releasing this is healing it, but it'll, like, balance it and bring it into synchronization again.
Yeah.
And going through your whole chakra system's powerful too.
Sure. Yeah. And breath work helps too. And
Mhm.
doing maybe that breath work, that circular breath work, moving through your chakras, and
Yeah.
yeah, would be will be really
Yeah.
helpful.
And that's one of the things that actually happens when you start doing toning, is you naturally go into that circular breath work too.
Mhm.
So you get tone and breath all in one.
So, Spirit Song has very good advice here to drink lots of water
Yeah.
following readings,
Yeah,
definitely.
thank you.
Yeah. Good advice.
So
Okay.
good. Thank you guys. Thank you to all of you and your appreciation and love yous. We love you too. And we're sorry we can't get to everybody. I've got a
Yeah.
class I'm teaching in 20 minutes. Connect with your angels, which is going to be so fun. So I have got to run.
Yeah, we'll do this again. So thank you for being here, everyone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I'll do
Mwah.
those. Good
Love you
job.
all.
Good job, honey.
And just another plug that I am teaching a class on past life soul retrieval and how to do this yourself tomorrow evening at 5:30 Pacific time. You can
And
go to
where
my
can they find that
website,
information?
SharonSananda.com, SharonSananda.com.
Shananda.
Sananda. There we go. SharonSananda.com.
It's Saren Shananda.
So yeah, it will be life changing. If you use that practice, it will be life changing. I can promise you.
Very
And
good.
I do
All
readings
right.
there too in the class.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff, you guys. Everybody, you guys did great. It's a lot of clearing and healing. Like Spirit Song said, make sure you're drinking lots of water. Do some toning, please, please, please. It really helps to synchronize your body and keep everything lined up. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
It's really cool to do it. So we love you.
Yes,
Thank you for being here. We'll be here next week, Thursday at 4 p.m. And until then, just, you know what? Stay sparkly.
that's right.
Bye bye, guys.
Bye. Mwah.